Hello, my name is Bushra. Èmi lọmọ wọn n'Íbàdàn, ọmọ wọn nílé Olúyọ̀lé, ọmọ Àjẹ̀gbéjẹ̀kára wọn àfikàrà wọn fọ́rìmù Ìbàdàn májàmájà. Tó ṣe kí ni o tó kọ́ra àwọn ajílẹ̀rú, èmi tún wà láyà wọn nílé Adéwuyì. So you want to learn about Yoruba movies that you should watch. You want to learn about our culture, our lifestyle, our food, and of course, our Owambe. You've come to the right channel, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Show we're gonna be reviewing a movie called Ebudola. I don't know I think it's Ebudola or Ebudola. I'm not sure of the correct pronunciation because Ebudola, they were using the two interchangeably in the movie. Alright, so let's go directly into the show. Right then. So I have a note with me today so that I don't get to forget everything that I want to talk to you about the movie. I'm gonna start from the really cool things I like about Ebudola. Number one, I love that there are lots of comedians in the movie. I really love it. The genre is comedy, and I really love it. I also love that the first scene of the movie, that was what really caught my attention. The banter was there. It didn't drag too much. There was just two people, and it was really cool. The other thing that I like about this movie was at the wedding scene. I mean, it looked like a great wedding. I mean, they were caterers, they had a shoebi, you know, the makeup was good. Like engagement. I want to see mo dárúkọ yìí. Ó ní inú mi dùn tó jẹ́ kí n like cinema tá ń pè ní Ebudola. Okay, so I'm going to go into the things that I don't like as much, and I have them right here in this book. So let's go directly. Number one, I felt like the movie was too long and it became boring. Before you come for me, really, part 1, part 2, then part 3, really? I mean, left to me, the movie would have just finished in at most part 2. Because, I mean, I don't see a point why the movie would drag so long. Majority of the movie, Ebu ni. Fine, the title of the movie already depicts Ebudola, but at least so you can say because like 90% of the movie is banter and it became boring at some point. I mean, from part 1 to part 3 of an hour 45 minutes, an hour 50 minutes movie for 3 parts, that's like 3 hours, that's like more than 4 hours of watching watching banter, and it got boring at some point. To be honest, it really got boring. I got tired of it at some point. I had to go and do something else and then come back to watch it. So that for me is a no-no. Then the sound, I don't know if it's from the movie or from the post-production or from the YouTube channel, I don't know, but at some point the sound got distorted that you really will not hear what the actors are saying. That for me is also a no-no. Then Rotimi, that's the real name of one of the characters. Rotimi speaks amazing English. But that Igbebu, Tabaso, me so pe phoneo, pe kama so phone, kama so correct English. This guy speaks correct English, but I was a little bit taken aback. Taken aback is not even the word. Let me just put it as disappointed that he tried to speak like a gendered person. And then he started rough, and then it just didn't sound right. It didn't come out right. Let it tell me, I don't know any other person, but let it tell me, it didn't come out right at all. I think he spoke better English in part 3 than he did in the first part, and that's just my take. Necessary scenes, like scenes that could actually be avoided, scenes that really it didn't add value to the movie and it didn't take value out. I think that left to me, the movie should have ended at most in part 2, because I don't see why they were dragging it so long to part 3. Because I mean, that for me, I found that it was somehow for me, because play only for and those ones were now singing something else. I mean, what was the correlation between the two? I really don't know. For me, that's a no-no, really. For me, I really don't understand what that was. If they had somebody that sang for them, like intro song, why shouldn't the same person sing for them at the wedding? For me, it was very unrealistic, very, very unrealistic. At the wedding scene with a lot of unreal drama. That's what I would say, a lot of unreal drama. Like, why would you be at your wedding and then you act that irrational? You say stuff that you shouldn't say to your parents-in-law. No, to me it's a no. So moving on to part 2, like the fight at the wedding, there was no reality in it. I mean, it was too fake. I mean, for something that you want us to think it's reality, no, it didn't cut it for me. It didn't. I'm sorry, it didn't cut it for me. Then sometimes, how come they speak good English and they try so hard to speak bad English? I mean, the movie, they're supposed to be speaking bad English, right? Like, worse. But sometimes they forget. And then they remember, and then they, speak, try and speak bad English. There was a lot of inconsistency in their speaking bad English, so to speak. Then again, really unnecessary jokes and scenes. Like, I put it here in capital letters, really unnecessary jokes and scenes. Then I was asking myself, how did they get so poor? How did Awelewa and Sisi Qadri get so poor that they start to eat remnants from like wedding and stuff, and brought it home for the kids to eat? I mean, it didn't show that they were that poor or they were that broke to be eating oúnjẹ àjẹkù láti party. They didn't show us that that's just me really. Then again, why did they stop the grinding business? For somebody that says that, I mean, yes, we can say that they are lazy or anyone or this and that, but they were making money from the grinding business, even though they customer, but they were making money at the grinding business. All of a sudden, they started their shoe business. I mean, how did they go from like eating remnants to grinding and then to Oshun? Lot of inconsistency, like I said. Then, for somebody that borrowed money, the microfinance bank did not pay for over 6 years, and they couldn't find them. And it didn't seem, I mean, there was no part in the story that told us that they ran away. I mean, there was no part of the story that told us that they moved to like another place. We know that, I mean, they kind of showed us, what they kind of said was that he lived with his father till like he got married and he still lived there. There was no point that said they moved from one place to another. Though the house changed at some point, but I mean, they didn't really give us something to tell us. So I mean, I don't see a point. It's not like they left the city. That's to say that one microfinance bank, microfinance bank. That's another inconsistency. So that's where part 2 ended. Part 3 was really unnecessary. Like, I don't see a point. The part 3 was very unnecessary. And part 3, part 2 at most. Then at the point, that scene was really unnecessary. I don't know if they wanted to showcase the very tall man. I'm not sure if that is what they wanted to do. I don't know. They could have showcased him like somehow else, but saying them that they went to beg for food and that one gave them 50 naira, and then it was unnecessary. Like, that scene was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. Then at some point, Bant Ebudola now became like they were having rap battle. One of them would go out of breath. Like, why? I mean, I don't see that. To me, does not make it interesting. It just makes it boring. It makes it repetitive. It makes it boring. It makes it like, if not because I actually wanted to review it, me and you will talk. Like, the comment, it was getting too repetitive. It was getting too much that I mean, I just don't want to see it anymore. I know a lot of people will say, no, what are you saying? But I mean, the way we see movies are different from each other. So for someone that got a great makeup artist for her wedding, when she even went to take a loan from the bank for her wedding, for someone that got a loan for her wedding, that same person, when she now has money, low makeup artist to mama ba she makeup, or she snake makeup, or to one way giving. I mean, for somebody that can use that kind of jeep, which means that they are not in the village anymore. They stay in the city. They have a big house now. They have a driver. They have a PA, and she still tied that kind of gilly. What all the makeup artist from wedding to look good, so you still look like scrap after when you have money. No. To me, they have money. As they have so much money. I mean, what kind of money is that? Elowo telfi ko adurule yen. Elowo telfi ra moto Ebudola 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I don't know how much they had, but they couldn't even buy a car for their parents. Then another part that really got me like a little bit disgusted, if I may speak like that, is where Yano Network was eating at the dining and she was using her 2 hands to eat. I don't know how bad you want to portray somebody. I mean, in the first part where Sisi Qadri went to see the woman, Bitotin Taiwati bread, she didn't look like somebody that would be using her 2 hands to eat so disgustingly. If you want to portray somebody, she's not that ras. No, she's not that ras. So, that, like I said before, a lot of inconsistency in the movie. Then, what else? The shocker. Guys, if you've not seen the movie, the shocker is that from part 1 títí dé part 3, it was all a friggin' dream. Like Alani, like oh my god. Like I saw a movie of almost 4 hours or over 4 hours, and it was all a dream. Really? Like it was all a dream. It was all a dream. And then the last scene was where she was telling their father, Sisi Qadri, I can't even remember the name of the guy now. That's I can't remember his name right now. I'll put it right there. Right there on the screen. Yes, I'll put it there. You know, like why? So this whole movie is a dream. I'm sorry, if I am to rate this movie, I'm going to give it, the only reason why I'm going to give it 5/10 is only because of the actors, like that they did their best. But it can't go more than that. Like Kilo de to de part 3, 1 to 3, all for a dream. I really love Funmi Awelewa. I love her a lot. Like she does really wonderful movies. But this one, to me, in my own opinion, is not fantastic at all. I mean, there was a lot of money and energy put into it, of course. But if you want to put money and a lot of energy in something, put it in something that when people see, they would not but say, wow. I was not wowed in this movie. I have to be sincere with you. I was not wowed. Because how can a movie from part 1 to part 3 all be a dream? All a dream. And then a lot of unnecessary. If you know it was going to be all a dream, then why don't you just stop it at one part? Okay, so I'm going to shamelessly plug my channel now. If you've not subscribed, please do like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. We picking you lórí ìkànnì yìí gangan ní kíni ní pẹpẹ tí lọ ìfẹ́ ní kíni ní pẹpẹ tí happen. So thank you for being on the show with me today. See you in the next episode. Ó dàbọ̀.